Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kara. This is my newest daughter, Blakely. My older daughter is taking a nap right now. Thank the heavens, because she never does that. I've got two girls, a 2-year-old, and Blakely's about to be 4 months old. So today what I wanted to chat about a little bit is how I got my milk supply back. So a few weeks ago, probably like a month ago now, there was a week or two where my milk supply dropped so low that I couldn't keep up with her. So anytime she was nursing, anytime she was on the boob, she would get really mad because the milk wasn't coming out fast enough and there wasn't enough milk for her. So she was very angry. So what I had to do was pump out what I could and then give her a bottle because she preferred a bottle. Rude. But even pumping, I really couldn't get much out. People will say to power pump. That was not doing it for me. It wasn't helping. So what I think caused the my milk to go away was that I, number one, had started eating a lot less calories because I was starting to try to lose weight. You know, that's great and everything, but you need calories to keep up with breastfeeding. So I think that was one of the reasons. And also, I really cannot, whoa, did you just puke on me? The barf all over my Lululemons. And the other thing is that she sleeps really well at night and she doesn't eat very much. So I think because of that, my supply just was like, oh, she doesn't eat that much. But really, I couldn't keep up. So I just wanted to give you guys 5 things that I've been doing to get my supply back, and it pretty much came back within like 2 days. And I was only able to store like 3 5-ounce bags of milk at a time, and then by the time I could store more, she had already used some of it because, again, she was drinking from a bottle. So now I have 8 bags in my freezer, 8 5-ounce bags, and she is, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it is when you haven't been able to save any at all. And she's exclusively nursing on the boob again. So here's what I did. The first thing I did was I started eating oatmeal because that is like the #1 advice that I've heard before. So I would eat it for breakfast, and sometimes I've been putting it in a protein shake. And then you can also do it in like cookies, like breakfast bars, whatever you want to do. But oats are really good for milk supply. The second thing that I feel like helped the most is body armor drinks. I had never heard of these before. I had never heard this before, but I bought some. And they're actually really good, and they're like not that many calories. I think the biggest thing for milk supply is that it has coconut water in it, and there's like science behind that. Let me see if I can find a little blurb, and I'll put it here on the screen. But I'm pretty sure that that is what did. I chugged like 2 of these drinks like the day that I was like almost dried up, and it worked pretty quickly because the next day I finally had more milk coming back. So that was the second thing I did. They're all really yummy. I think my favorite flavor is the blueberry pomegranate. And then I had my mom make me some lactation bars. So what is important in a lactation bar or lactation cookie is hemp hearts, flaxseed, and molasses. That's what was in the lactation bars. And then I also had lactation cookies from a friend that owns a bakery. I was like apparently stuffing my face at this point trying to get my milk back. But it had brewer's yeast in those cookies, which is like another huge milk supply helper, whatever. So I had both of those. So you can make it at home. Just look up a recipe. There's a million of them on Pinterest. Make sure they have at least some of those ingredients. But flaxseed, I think or flax, is there a difference? I don't know, is important, and the brewer's yeast is very important. So that was the third thing. The fourth thing I did was beer. I do not have a problem because I love beer. So I'm like, oh, so now I finally have an excuse for the beer that I drink every night. Not just any beer. You want to make sure either it's a little bit hoppy. You can see like even on the bottle, it'll say that it has live yeast in, is it live yeast? You guys clearly don't know what I'm talking about here, but these are just what we're terming. The bottle says something about yeast on the beer bottle. Or you want to get a stout. I tried a stout and it literally tastes like chocolate beer. Didn't love it. But apparently great for breastfeeding. So there's that. I really want to try just like exclusively drinking stout for like a week and see if it like really increases my milk supply. And then the last thing, which I also feel is extremely important, especially for me right now. Now I use a Haka every time I breastfeed. So this little tool is like the easiest way to store milk if you hate pumping like I do. Pumping is like a second job and a full-time job. And it's just really annoying to me. I just have a little hand pump because I don't like the electric pump being plugged into a wall. Like I did that with my first daughter. I just don't like it. So what the Haka does is they nurse on one side and then you put the Haka on the other side and then it catches your letdown. You guys, it catches like 1 to 2 ounces, sometimes even more than that for me. This girl is just shoving her fingers in her mouth and gagging herself. And it catches all your letdown that would normally just go into your nursing pad. So this is how I save my milk now, because I don't really need a lot of saved milk, but I want to have it there for the times that in the future that I'm leaving her with somebody. So but like right now I don't necessarily need it, so I'm not trying to pump a ton of it. But every time I use my Haka, I dump some into a little bottle and I keep it in the fridge. And then when I get to 5 ounces, which usually takes me like 3 feedings, I'll stick it in a bag and stick it in the freezer. So I am making a bag or 2 of milk for her in the freezer every day. So in a couple of weeks, I should have like a good supply in there. I'm hoping to have like 20 bags by the end of the month, which would be good. And I don't plan on like using all of them anytime soon, but by the time we're done nursing, I stopped nursing my first daughter when she was 10 months old. So I'm thinking that I'd like to have some sort of supply so that when we're done breastfeeding, she'll still have breast milk to use for like at least a little bit longer. But anyways, seriously, this stuff worked for me so quickly. Don't deprive yourself of calories, especially carbs, which is what I did. Make sure you're eating enough and just eat whole foods and drink a ton of water. Drink way more water than what you think, because for me, I live on coffee and then I forget to drink water, which hello, I need to go drink some right now. But make these little changes, try some of these out, and tell me if any of these worked for you. I really think that it was a combo of all of them, but especially the body armor drinks that really helped me out. So if you found this video was helpful at all, please like this. Please leave me a comment, say hi, subscribe if you're into this mommy kind of stuff. Anything you do like that is just free support and it is so appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go nurse her and save some more milk in my Haka, and I will see you guys next time.